This unit addresses the 5 indicators for fuel characteristics. These indicators determine the potential for fire intensity and rate of spread. Over time, fuel characteristics change very slowly. However, they can change quickly over a distance as the fire moves into new fuels. Look for these 5 indicators in burning fuels and in fuels adjacent to the fire. Continuous fine fuels. Heavy loading of dead and down. Ladder fuels. Tight crown spacing less than 20 feet. Special conditions. The first indicator is continuous fine fuels. This indicator is one of the 4 major common denominators of fire behavior on tragedy fires. Continuous fine fuels are fast-drying, dead or live fuels that are less than 1/4 inch in diameter and have a time lag of 1 hour or less. When continuous fine fuels are dry, they ignite readily and are consumed rapidly by fire. They increase the potential for rapid rate of spread, and they are the primary carrier of fire. The next indicator, heavy loading of dead and down fuels, is on the other side of the fuel scale. This indicator is defined as a large load of dead material, 3-inch or larger wood, that is on the forest floor. Heavy loading of dead and down fuel increases the potential for intense burning conditions. This type of fuel is consumed more slowly and for a longer duration than continuous fine fuels. Look for this indicator in older, mature stands of trees, bug-killed trees, hurricane blowdown, and thinned or logged areas. Another indicator, ladder fuels, provides the potential for surface fire to move into the crowns. They help initiate and assure the continuation of crown fires. If there is high-intensity surface fire, the fire can move into the crowns with limited ladder fuels. Examples of ladder fuels include conifer reproduction and brush, tree branches that hang close to the ground, and lichens and moss that grow in conifer trees. The next indicator, tight crown spacing, occurs when crowns are less than 20 feet apart. Once a fire gets into tightly spaced crowns, anticipate that the fire will move from crown to crown. Tight crown spacing is required to sustain a moving crown fire. If there are high winds or steep slopes, a crown fire can move through more widely spaced vegetation. This indicator is equally important in timber and brush fuel types. The last indicator for fuel characteristics is special conditions. There are several special conditions that you need to pay attention to. The first one is firebrand sources, which include any sources of heat capable of igniting wildland fuels. Always assess the firebrand sources because fuel type characteristics and availability may change due to local or unique conditions. Identifying firebrand sources will also help anticipate severity of spotting problems. Snags are another special condition. Snags are drier and usually ready for ignition. Preheated canopy is a special condition to watch out for. If the fire has burned through the surface fuels and left the canopy preheated and scorched, this will cause the vegetation to dry out and become more flammable. Frost and bug kill, another special condition, can cause an enormous amount of fuel to be available. The last special condition to look for is unusually fine fuels, such as draped pine needles in manzanita brush stands in Northern California, tree lichens in the Northwest and the Rockies. These are just a few examples of special conditions that you need to monitor. When scouting the fire, look for these fuel characteristic indicators. Think about how they may interact with other indicators, such as slope and wind. Add those observations to your mental model of the fire and estimate potential fire behavior hazards. We have just covered the 5 indicators for fuel characteristics: continuous fine fuels, heavy loading of deadened down, ladder fuels, tight crown spacing, less than 20 feet, special conditions.